Today we are going to be talking about symmetry, and we're going to be doing a little project with construction paper with the idea of same on both sides. And we're going to be creating a face. The first thing I'm doing here is I'm just going to quickly do a drawing so that I have some reference, and I'm making a little list. So I'm kind of going through it before I even begin, just so I can think about all the little details. For example, inside the eye is a pupil, eyebrows, ears, a nose, little nostrils. All of these things are the same on both sides. Your mouth. Go ahead and take a look in the mirror and look at the shape of your mouth. You can actually see that it is the same on both sides. Even your teeth. Your teeth all have specific sizes and functions, and they're the same on both sides. This is a great project for understanding symmetry and the idea of things being the same on both sides. All right. Of course, we could include some things like a mustache or some kind of a beard, and we'll talk about those towards the end. So there's my list. Now I'm ready to begin creating my elements. I'm going to begin with a single sheet of green paper, and to get this symmetrical, I'm going to simply fold the paper in half . Now you'll notice when you fold the paper you have an edge that is open and an edge that is closed. So here, when we open it up, we can also see the center line. So again, I have a shape that I want to put here, and when I open it up, it will be the same on both sides. Now I have an open edge too. I want to make sure that I'm doing my work on the folded edge here. So I am going to draw half of a face. Think of drawing like half of an egg shape or half of an oval. And then go ahead and cut that out. Again, that's along the folded edge, not the open edge. You might have to do this more than once. You might open it up and decide it's not the shape that you want. You can always fold the paper again and cut this until you get what you'd like. Now when we open it up, we have a shape that is the same on both sides. Now for the eyes, I am just going to fold the paper again. This time I'm using the open edge, and I'm going to draw the entire shape of the eye. And what I'm going to do here is just cut this shape out of two pieces of paper at the same time. Again, this is the open edge. Notice too how I'm using the corner of the paper, and I'm not just diving right into the center. I'm trying to save as much of this paper as I can and use it for other things. There we go, there's our eyes. Now again, inside of there, we're going to have two additional circles. One is going to be the eye color. This case it'll be blue. And then inside there I will make another circle. I might even just decide to draw that in when I'm done, maybe with a black marker. Let's go ahead and do that same process. We made the white of the eyes. We'll do that same process for the eye color. Again, I just folded one piece of paper so that I'm cutting two shapes out at the same time. These shapes will be the same. I really like to cut all of my elements out before I glue them down. This gives me the ability to kind of play with placement before I've committed to gluing it down. I can have fun. Maybe you could get expressive with the placement of the eyebrows. It's just kind of fun to play with these little shapes on the face. For the nose, I did the exact same thing I did for the shape of the head. I folded it in half and I drew half of a nose so that when I cut it out I had a full nose that was symmetrical. You can use any colors you'd like. You can have fun. You could make all kinds of different faces too. Maybe you choose to make an animal face or a monster face or a robot face. As long as you have the idea of same on both sides, I think we'll be okay. All right, now I'm just going to cut this down the middle. I'm going to open up that mouth so I can put some teeth in there, and I can also make a tongue. Open that up, there I have my tongue. And these pieces that I'm folding that go down the center of your face, they can align with the fold line that is created in all of your pieces. So we can just line up those fold lines and make sure that they're right in the middle. Here are my two ears. Again, these are the same shape. They're a mirror image of each other on both sides. Let's get some teeth going here. I'm not going to do all of them, just a couple here. And then I can't forget these all-important eyebrows. All right. Now you can play with these shapes like I was saying. And first thing I'm going to do though is I'm just going to glue this head shape down onto my paper. Just like that. All right. Now again, you can see this line down the middle where we folded the paper. That is where I'm going to align these other elements with their folded line as well. Starting with the nose, that's a big piece on our face. Pretty important for that to be right in the center. Right down the middle there. Now I can think about my eyes. Let's do the ears real quick. Again, I'm just kind of placing these. I know they might not be perfect, but they're definitely expressing the idea of symmetry. And again, because I haven't glued these yet, I can play with them. I can overlap these. Think about the order in which they're going to be put on. The mouth might be kind of tricky if you want to use teeth because they have to go underneath the lips. So you want to put those down first and then put your lips on top of the teeth. Okay, moving to the eyes again. I'm going to put one down, and that will help me decide where to put the other one, just right across from it. Put my little eye color in there. Can't forget the eyebrows. Oh, that one's backwards. All right, let's make some hair. Hair is actually symmetrical too in the way that it grows out of your head. If we cut off all of your hair, you would definitely see that it's the same on both sides. I'm going to cut this paper a lot like I did the nose and the head, where I draw half. I'm comparing it to the head so that I get a relatively close shape here to the form of the head. Again, I'm cutting on the folded edge, and let's see what happens. Experiment a little bit. Again, all these shapes might take a couple tries before you get it right. So we open that up, and there we go. Love it. Now let's go ahead and make a mustache out of the same shape that we started with. That's a little big. I like it though, it's kind of cool. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and glue this hair down first. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna trim this mustache up a little bit. Again, you can do any adjustments you want. This is your piece. That's still a little big. I think I'm gonna trim a little bit more. I'm actually cutting it in half, so even though I've cut it in half, I can still use these shapes. They're the same on both sides. All right. So the last little thing I'm going to do here is I'm just going to use a marker here and color in the nostrils and the pupil. So now we have all of these elements on our face, and we understand that symmetry means same on both sides. This can be a really fun, creative project, and I'm really looking forward to see what you guys come up with.